You already know, man. It's Deion Dawkins, and you listening to the Real Deal Sports Show on the Beat 105.5.
All right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back for another week of Real Deal Sports Show, talking sports of all sorts. The Rad Man Live coming through your speakers each and every week. We talk what's going on in the world of sports, and we have Bilal in studio with me this morning. How you doing, Bilal?
Man, it was a good week. Good week. How you doing, Rad Man?
Yes, it is. And we come live each week from the Rock Palm Broker Studios, live from Rock Palm Broker Studios each and every Saturday morning. And what we have, Bilal, you know what? We're going to change up the schedule and get right into this. 2 Christmas parties at the job this week. Everybody wants to talk about, hey, you know anything about that Michigan coach? I said, oh, you talking about Coach Sherrod Moore? I mean, they don't know his name. Black women don't know his name. But they said, you know, last night at the Christmas party, they were like, hey, what's going on with that guy? And once it said, that's a fine brother to be messing up like that. But
Listen,
a fine-looking brother, she said, to be messing up like that. But Bilal, what's going on with this cat?
Man, the tragedy of it is you know, you talking about kids who committed to. He had the #1 recruit in the nation last year, in Bryce Underwood, commit to coming to Michigan. When athletes come to a school to play for you, leaving the school is one thing. When we touched on the Lane Kiffin thing last week,
yeah.
But when you let down a program in an organization like this, you hurt those kids, because those kids could have, you know what I mean, they could have chosen to go anywhere else. They came to, you know, play for you, and something like this happens. And not just the kids that play for you. He's got 3 kids with his wife.
Yep.
And no matter how we feel about, you know, whatever his home dynamic is, the fact of the matter is that there's a family that's really, you know, impacted by this, and it was bad enough that you know, stepped out on his wife, tried to get this young lady to, you know, to have an abortion, tried to pay, then doubled her salary, and
wow.
Yeah, and then when she wouldn't acquiesce, he fired her. So the rumor,
really? Wow.
Yeah, so that's how it actually hit the AD. The AD, there had been rumors around the campus for you know, the last year, the better part of it, the last year, and the AD actually had spoken to people to see, you know, what was going on, and because he had no concrete proof, the AD put it out there. If anybody came forward with, you know, with receipts and could verify this story, you know, Sherrod Moore was gone, would be gone. So after the young lady, the intern, and the, you know, who became his assistant, came up pregnant and wouldn't terminate, he fired her. Sherrod Moore fired her, and then she went to the AD with receipts, and that's how Sherrod Moore got fired. And then he showed up at her apartment, which is how we ended up getting arrested, because, you know, the threats that he was made. So there's some conflicting reports about the threats that were made. Some reports say that he threatened her and her life, and some reports say that he threatened to take his own life because she had ruined it. But the thing that I want to touch on and really get at is, I'm not saying that Michigan didn't have grounds to fire him, but the way they fired him so abruptly, so quickly, it tells me 2 things. Again, you definitely want to make sure that you're honoring that space of the head coach of a program as high profile as Michigan with integrity. But if he was a much higher caliber, if they saw him as a much higher caliber coach,
right,
they would have figured out some way. He would have been on a probation. He would have been suspended. Michigan never wanted him as the guy.
No,
he became the guy because Jim Harbaugh wrote it in his contract that upon his departure, Sharon Smith would be the head coach that succeeded him. And in order to get Harbaugh, you know, Michigan signed the deal. So my point is just simply that, you know, the opportunity that he had, that in the door that was open for him, Michigan was going to take whatever first opportunity presented itself to get him out of there. And we only can imagine how that's going to impact first head black coach in Michigan's history. We don't know when we'll ever see another one based on that. And that's one of the things that will be used.
Exactly. And Jim
Harbaugh, the
Harbaugh.
of it.
Exactly. And let's go back 3 years ago. I was in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, tailgating at my son's house. We were all, his friends from college were all down there, and we were tailgating, listening to music, had the big screen TV on. And all of a sudden, Tomas Vasquez Simmons, one of my son's dear friends, he said, "Man, what's this guy on TV crying? What's going on?" And we all looked and saw a guy crying. And so he said, "Turn the sound." We turned the sound up. It was at the end. It just turned out that Michigan had just won the game. And it was the first game that Sherrone Moore was the interim head coach of the Michigan Wolverines. And he was bawling his eyes out. And he was talking about Harbaugh and how great a man he is, and so on and so forth. But the point was, his crying didn't match what he was talking about. You would have thought he was at a funeral of a relative, of a dear loved one or something. We thought, because Tomas, the way we thought something had happened. That's why we turned the sound up to say, "What's going on?" And then when it went off, Tomas said, "Man, it's something wrong with that guy." I said, "You know what, Tomas, I got to agree with you. It seems like mental illness or something. Something ain't right with this cat." And that was from 3 years ago. We just saw him for about 5 minutes and crying and snotting and going on after they had won the game. It might have been the game against Ohio State. They won their first game back with him as the interim coach. And for him to be crying and bawling his eyes out in such a manner for something that was more of a low key, it didn't match the situation. And we both at that moment, for a young person and an OG to say, "Man, there's something wrong with that brother, man. You gotta check and see what's going on." So, and now we go 3, and now we come back to today. Look what's happened. I think it's more of a mental illness situation.
That's a great point
with this gentleman.
That's a great point.
Yeah, I
anytime you see him, there's that aura, that look of like he's on edge all the time. Face so stern and just stone faced. Just all the time he's got this intensity. So it's either, again, I do believe there could be some that's a great catch and sign of some mental health challenges that may be present. But I think or you're trying to be someone else and you're not authentically being yourself. We get it. Football is a serious game. You can be, intense and everything and have that energy that you feel like you need to have as a head coach. But we're whole humans too. You know what I mean? If your personality is you like to smile, you like to have joy, man, don't just be, don't be so serious you never see any kind of personality from him other than like this intensity, except for in those moments, like you said, where he's, seems to be falling apart. So he's either falling apart or, and again, now we have after this most recent incident, falling apart, going to the extreme of, kicking her door in or something, showing up at her apartment, or you're so buttoned up that, you know what I mean, no one gets. So what's the real Sherrone Moore? And I hope he finds that coming out of this, whatever it is. I hope that's what he finds.
Yeah, I hope he gets help, because you could tell just from that one game 3 years ago, we knew, wait a minute, something's up here. This guy's wound too tight, and then all of a sudden that emotional over winning one game and this ball. Yeah. And then, like you said, at the girl's house trying to kick the door down allegedly and screaming, and the neighbors, everybody checking it out and what's going on. The guy is something seriously wrong. And the one thing that gets me is, okay, you got an issue, you got a problem. All you had to do is look over at Michigan State. There was a brother head coach at Michigan State a couple years ago, and he did the exact same, not the exact same thing, but pretty similar, and he's fired. It's like, come on, brothers, you're supposed to be leading the footsteps, the way for other blacks to get coaching jobs. We've been arguing about there's not enough black coaches in Division I college football. We've been saying that for many years. The John Wooden committee and everything been after, not only for the NFL coaches, but for college coaches. You need to set that pipeline of getting more black coaches into college football head coaching jobs. And now they're starting to do it, and we come up with, we got to deal with this.
Yeah, and that's, you never want to find yourself in a space where the reality is as much as we know that there's we know there's not enough representation in all platforms. So as much as we may not agree or feel like we should have to carry the mantle for the entire community, you have a responsibility with your platform that you just gotta honor the platform and represent your community. My dad always said, bring honor to your family, yourself, and your community.
Absolutely. And speaking to the community, perfect segue into head coach Moody is back with us to update us on community activities. What's going on in the community? Coach Moody, welcome back to Real Deal Sports Show. How you doing this morning?
Very well. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. How's all our young men and our sports greatness of today in our Rochester Section 5? I'm hoping that we can bring some greatness to this sadness. I just overheard your segue that you were talking about, Coach Moore. My input on it is just simple, gentlemen. This is not just one person that just got in a situation. We got many thousands of coaches that are dealing with this same simulation around this country of the United States of America. I think the young man was put on there as a puppet to Michigan State because of the outcry that happened when Coach Harbaugh was there, and all the other issues of the incidents that happened when they won this national championship. Mm-hmm. And institutions do this to our men of color if we haven't figured it out yet. And that's all over in the NFL, the NBAs, and just like the gambling issue in the NBA, all of that. You see our black brothers are involved. In baseball, name it, doing whatever.
Well, Coach Moody, I think you're right. He was a bridge to the next coach. He was a bridge, just like they do in the NFL when they fire a coach. It seems like they name a black person to be the interim coach, and then they hire somebody after the season who's usually non-black to be the actual head coach the following season. And this is kind of what they were doing. Look like because they were on probation, they got to pay a lot of stiff fines. Michigan, for basically, they got caught cheating. Harbaugh and them did a lot of stuff that was illegal, and they won a national championship behind it. And the brother was there temporarily, probably through next season. And now, unfortunately, he gave them a way to be out of the job a year early, where he could have at least stayed there to the end of his 13 more months, because they had 13 more months on his contract. And I figured at the end of next season, that's when you probably would have saw a change to a different head coach or a high profile. But what? Thank goodness. Hey, Lane Kiffin, man, he might have turned that resume in already, man. He might be over there trying to get the Michigan job now. So he might get a private plane from LSU over there and say, hey, man, they paid me a few dollars more. He like Clint Eastwood. Just give me for a few dollars more. Hey, man, I'll leave Baton Rouge in a minute, man. I'm surprised Lane Kiffin name hasn't popped up yet.
And then say, I don't know how much they're offering me. It's not about the money.
Exactly. It never is.
Well, that's the thing today, guys. I believe there's no loyalty anymore like it was 25 to 45 years ago to institutions, to the coach, or the coach to the institution. And even now we see it in the players, how our kids get in one state of mind at one school, and the next 2 years they're at a different college. So there's no loyalty anymore. That's what it is in our United States. That's what it is in this sports world. It's a money game. That's the thing that's twinkling at the end of the tunnel. I'm going to tell you right now, if the Buffalo Bills made me an offer tomorrow, I'll probably be out of Rochester myself.
I hear you. Anything else going on in Rochester that you like to let the community know about? I know you had the things last weekend, but what's coming up?
All right. For tomorrow, on Sunday the 14th, the National Football Foundation Awards is going to be at RIT Conference Center. It's going to start at 12 noon sharp. That's going to be awarded financial scholarships to all the youth programs in our Rochester community in Section 5 in Finger Lakes. All the high school football, boys, tackle, going to be awarded. And also all of our girls' flags football are going to have awarded ceremonies at 12 noon at the RIT Conference Center. Coach Wade Bianco, he's the past old president. He's the current president, but he's the old coach of West Irondequoit back in the day. So he's the president. If you need any ticket information, call 585-703-6578. Wade Bianco, BIANCO. He'll be happy to help you out, but that's tomorrow. Also, in the future of next year, our New York State High School Football Coaches Association meetings and coaching clinics will be at the Turning Stone Resort in Verona, New York, exit 33, the week of Thursday, March the 5th through Saturday, March the 7th. We'll also have on the 6th, that Friday, awards banquet that we're also getting ready to start nominations in all of our sections across New York State currently with all the coaches for the awards for the coach of the year, the assistant coach of the year, the player of the year in each category in each class will be classified for nominations, and even scholar athlete in each class will be set up for a nomination. And we got the 12th man award that goes to either the student athlete that accomplished something that they overcame or actual staff. And then we have the Don Santini Award that goes out to somebody in your district that does the same type of work that Don Santini put in when he was part of our state board and also a coach back in the day at Fairport High School. So we got a lot of things coming down the road here and down the pike. A lot of football success in our community, as we all talked about the Monroe at the Rochester City School District. First time bringing a real state of New York trophy to the city of Rochester. Also, our association for New York State, we pay for all those New York State trophies. So that's the sponsorship we put in to the New York State football. We're the only association out of all the associations that do that. We pay for the actual New York State actual trophy for all the New York State high school teams. So that's our part that we put in, and we're happy to do that.
Excellent, excellent. I tell you, you guys are involved so much in the community and a lot going on. That's why we love having you on the show, giving us these updates of what's going on in the community and how things are continuing to progress for the spring. So we appreciate you coming on, Coach Moody, and we look forward to having you back again real soon.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, brothers. And just keep your head up. Always keep smiling, and always give somebody a great word of advice moving forward. We're blessed to be able to do all of this.
Absolutely.
Amen
absolutely.
to that, Coach. Amen to that.
Yes, sir. Coach Moody, you know it's always a pleasure.
Well, I'm blessed to be around young, great men like yourselves, guys. That's the part that I like to say and play in this. I always say, and my goals and every day in life, I'm going to keep climbing the ladder till I finally reach the top. And that's what we got to do.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely got to keep reaching for the top. Coach Moody, thank you so much. Section 5 board member and football coach. You keep making things happen and making it better here. You making Rochester and Section 5 a much better place to live and execute for our young people here in the community.
Well, thank you, guys. Thank you.
Hey, have a great day. Happy holidays to you and your family.
You too, guys. Happy holidays. Peace always.
Yes, indeed.
God
J-GILLZ. God bless. Welcome, J-GILLZ. How you doing this morning?
Oh man, we going great, but we just getting ready for that holiday soiree a little later on at the lab. But I've been hearing some excellent commentary. Yeah, man. Michigan. I don't know what they're gonna do.
They might hire you. You might get a call, man, or get an email or something, or a text or something, man.
Yeah. Well, I'll refer him to the great Coach Moody, of course. But I'll take the call.
All right, I appreciate it. That's a good move. Hey, good answer right there, for sure. And this segment was brought to you by the award-winning Miriam Rivera Insurance Agency, Auto, Home, Health, and Life Insurance, 1038 Lyle Avenue or 511 Bean Road, Suite B. Give her a call for all your insurance, auto health insurance needs. Area code 585-360-0094. Those roads are slippery out there, so be careful on the roads. Make sure you have good insurance. If you're thinking about changing, well, give Miriam Rivera a call. She will definitely work something out and see if she can get the best deal possible. Call her at 585-360-0094. And J-GILLZ, who do we have coming up next as our guest? RABJ alumni winner?
Oh man, absolutely. We got our Wyoming Best Scholarship runner-up. We were able to provide DJ Jackson with a little, just with a little kickback. Man, one of the young people in broadcasting right now, doing major things. Broadcast journalist. We already know Edison Tech alumni. He's been doing some phenomenal work. Brockport in the building. You feel me? So we just want to welcome DJ Jackson to the Real Deal Sports Show.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, good morning. Thank you for having me. How y'all doing today?
Good. And
Good,
yourself?
good.
How's the school year? How'd that first semester of school at SUNY Brockport go for you?
Man, it went way better than expected. I thankfully I believe I'll be ending up with like over or at least a 3.5 GPA. Final grades haven't hit yet, but I at least have a 3.5, thankfully.
Beautiful. And excellent. And now you're taking part in a community event coming up.
Yes, sir. So I'm proud to say that on December 22nd, I'll be hosting like my kind of my very own and my very first community give back event. It's gonna be centered around giving love. It's called the Rap Love Drive. Kind of Christmas theme. Wanted to wrap some love. So it's gonna be. We have currently around 400 clothing items between hats, gloves, socks, neck warmers. And then my dad, thankfully he's a chef. He'll be cooking some soup, some warm soup, bread, and hot cocoa. And I think should be preparing it for around 250 people. So, we're expecting a big turnout. And, if we don't get the turnout, I told him we're going to drive around and make sure everybody get what they need. So.
Where's the location? Where's this gonna be held?
So it's gonna be 48 Camera Street, which is Camera House, Camera Community Ministries, from 12 to 4 p.m. December 22nd.
All right, that's a Monday. So definitely next Monday, the 22nd, from noon to 4 p.m.
From noon to 4 p.m.
Man, DJ, great member of the community. Even in high school, you've always been connected. Doing a lot of great initiatives, my brother's keeper, and so many other initiatives. What was it that wanted you to do this in such a vital part of your life? First year of college, most kids out there partying. Not to say you ain't getting it in a little bit, but man, you want to give back, especially around the holidays. How did this idea come about?
I believe it came to fruition only because when I'm driving around, I see I see people like, oh, it's cold, especially like this year I'm driving around in Brockport, Rochester, coming from Brockport, and it's like people look like real cold. And a couple years ago we didn't have like these harsh winters. You know what I'm saying? We got it easy. Now it's saying like we're starting to get like these harsh winters, and like that makes me feel type of way. Seeing that I'm in my warm car, but you're out there, freezing. You know what I'm saying? Worrying about your next meal. I'm going home to go eat or do whatever I need to do for the day, and say you're struggling. So I want to be able to give back. Not only that, but I've been gone. I feel like I've been gone for so long. Like, I'm close to Rochester. Yeah, I've been in and out of Rochester, but like, I feel like I haven't been in my city. I haven't been connected with my community in so long. I haven't did like a giving back event in so long. So I was like, for my first one and my ones at the end of the year, it's either go big or go home. So.
I love that. Yeah.
Wow.
Man, DJ's like a little brother to me. If y'all know, man, again, when he was in the My Brother's Keepers program, I connected with him, and being an Edison alum myself, we had that instant connection. And then, when I found out he was going to Brockport, and I'm a Brockport guy, so just became an adopted younger brother, man, and I'm so proud of him. Again, getting a chance to see him. I've seen him out on campus, and again, being a leader, just setting an example of what a young man, and again, representation. We were talking about kind of being that example and representing your community, yourself, your family well. He is absolutely doing that, and he's doing it at an age where, to your point, J-GILLZ, so many other young people are doing, other things and could choose to do other things, and we wouldn't fault them for it at this stage of life, because again, that's what we expect kind of young people to do, to explore that during this phase of life. So to do what you're doing, man, I am emotional because I am proud to say, man, not, as much as I love Edison and as much as I love Brockport, you're from Rochester, you're from our community, you're one of our own. And so to be giving back and doing it at this age, man, you are your future is so extremely bright, and let us know however we can support. You know what I mean? Please listen. Don't hesitate. We got you 1,000.
Absolutely. We have the flyer up on the website for the Beat 105.5. But one more time, DJ, let people know how they can help out and come to this fine event.
So December 22nd, I'll be hosting an event at Cameron, 40 Cameron Street, Cameron Community Ministries, and be giving out hats, gloves, neck warmers, socks, and a warm meal. So if you're in need, stop by. If y'all want to help, reach out to me. If y'all want to check out the flyer on the website, then like my contact info is on the website. If you want to be a volunteer, just come by and help. I want to make this an annual thing. This is just a foundation to something bigger, bigger than all of us. So yeah, December 22nd, 12 to 4 p.m., 48 Cameron Street.
Absolutely.
Excellent work. Excellent work.
Thank you.
And thank you for taking time to come on the show today. And we always like to have you back on the show, and also Daquan Grimes and everything. We love hearing from you guys and continuing your journey through not only now from high school to college and now getting into real life and college activities. Look forward to having you back on the show again real soon.
Thank you so much.
And we'll be out to support you on the 22nd from noon to 4 p.m.
All right. Sounds good. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for having me, of course. And I don't say this isn't possible, without God, but also, my strong mentors and leaders, they know who they are, out there, Brockport EOP, but also, in the community roster, community RCSD. So, and of course, y'all too, being able to put me on this platform and helping me and allowing me to speak and, help give back. So thank you once again.
Absolutely. You have yourself a great day and an excellent weekend, and enjoying I see you enjoying your time off away from school. And congratulations on hitting the books hitting the books during that first semester.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All righty. J-GILLZ, I know you know what time it is for our next advertiser coming up. Tell us a little bit about them and what they have coming up at the Advantage Federal Credit Union.
Absolutely. Advantage Federal Credit Union, AdvantageFCU.org, auto loans, Visa cards, student checking accounts, and much more. I'm going to tell you right now, open up that student checking account. They match you in September. It's a little too late, but you started now. Man, I'm telling you, you got prom coming up, put that savings away right now. You got college coming up, put that savings away right now. You never know when you're going to need it.
Absolutely. And also, this next segment will be brought to you by Challenger Community News, Western New York's largest weekly African-American newspaper. Buff Challenger, BuffChallNEWS, SSNSam.com, BuffChallNews.com. Check out the website or pick up the business paper at most businesses in the community. We got the Monroe Red Jackets, New York State football champions, state champions on the cover. The African American Cultural Center completes phase 1 of their $1 million renovation. Congratulations to them. Boy, we had our wedding reception there back at the African American Cultural Center, so that's a special place in the Radney's hearts there for the African American Cultural Center over there on Maston Avenue in Buffalo, New York. So they're getting the renovations done, getting things shaped up over there. Check out all the fine articles in the paper. There's a lot of health and fitness news, best foods for your kidney health. I always love reading the Health Matters section. Check out Health Matters. They talk about best foods for your kidneys. Excellent paper from front to back and middle, the whole 9 yards. It keeps you abreast of what's going on in the African-American community, health-wise, news-wise, entertainment-wise, the whole 9 yards. So pick up Challenger Community News. And next up, guys, Monroe Red Jackets. Bilal, let's start first with Bilal. You predicted it. You said they would win this game. 0-0 at halftime. Were you a little nervous at halftime when there was no score?
No, I'm going to tell you why I wasn't nervous, Rap Man. The offensive kind of hiccups that were happening from Monroe were all self-inflicted. The defense wasn't stopping Monroe. But conversely, Monroe hadn't given up a first down. So I knew, all Monroe had to do was kind of get in the locker room, settle themselves down, make their adjustments, and come out and handle business. And they came out like gangbusters. And you know what I mean? 28 points in the third quarter alone. 28 points in the third quarter alone. You saw the team just come out, and of course they're excited. It's the state championship game, so as much as we've seen them perform at a high level, you expect and anticipate. They're still 15 and 16-year-old kids. A lot of them, they had those nerves, and it's to be expected. But they came out of that second half like the champions they are.
Mm-hmm. And they certainly have. J-GILLZ, your comments.
Man, I just want to also say 17 AGR players on that team. I think that's the first time in all Greater Rochester history where they had 17. That's about half the team as all Greater Rochester. So shout out to them. And absolutely, I think Bilal called it out right. He was at the game. I wasn't at the game. I watched the game. And just seeing, it was reminiscent of the Chiefs back in the day when they was on fire. Man, that third quarter, I ain't never seen a third quarter so electric in my life. Just score after score after score. The coaching staff, they handle business. The players, they got right to it. And man, it was a phenomenal game. It was historic for the city of Rochester.
I think one of the things that really stood out to me, about that third quarter is, and we were saying it amongst ourselves. Listen, to settle themselves down, all they got to do is start running the ball. And they came out opening drive second half. I want to say it might have been like 3 straight run plays, and then Baby J finished off the drive with an outstanding touchdown run, and it was like the levees broke once that first touchdown was scored. It was like the floodgates open, and Monroe really now their offense matched their defense, and just a couple of just quick points that I think are really important to touch on in the game. 2 first downs they gave up for the game. We're talking about against a running back who the previous week had over 400 plus yards in the game. He's credited in the game for like 75 from the state championship game. I didn't see it. You know what I mean? With the amount of tackles for loss that Monroe had against them, I didn't see the 75. But we'll give it to him. That said, but to give up only 2 first downs in a state championship game, that level of dominance from a defense, I don't think we'll ever see again. You won't see a defense dominate like that at that level. We won't. I don't think we'll see that again. And then conversely, the offense for the season, their offense outscored their opponents by over 500 points.
Really?
Wow. I think for the season they only gave up. They gave up somewhere around in the neighborhood of like 32 or 34 points, and 4 of those points that they gave up were on safeties in like mop up time with backups in, and then some of those 32 points that they gave up during the season were again in that mop up time. Teams kind of wanting to not leave the game with a shutout. They shut out two opponents in the state tournament, the semis and the championship game, both shutouts. We will not see that level of dominance again. We won't see it.
They might run it back, Below. They might run it back. Never say never.
They'll run. I believe with the amount of talent they're bringing back. I mean, they had a heck of a senior class. They're going to be losing some players, but the state championship MVP, AJ Jones, you know what I mean? He's coming back. You got young Terrell Pooty Cunningham. He's coming back. Brian Walker's coming back. Ray Garcia coming back. You've got a lot of players who've been waiting their opportunity, to really showcase themselves. Going to be moving into more prominent roles. Man, you got Pat P, Terrence, man, coming back. He's rehabbed the shoulder this year. He's going to be coming back. You still got LJ James Brumfield at corner, locking one side of the field down. And again, he's going to be coming back. So they're gonna be reloaded. That's for sure. But the level of dominance from a defense, I don't know if we'll ever see that again. I don't know if we'll ever see that level of defensive dominance again.
I agree. Those numbers are unbelievable. You have to do a double take to hear those type of numbers and how they shut teams out. Only gave up 4 touchdowns for the entire season. That says something's wow. This team was a very dominant team for that bracket, for that B bracket. And let's hear what the young people had to say, starting with Messiah Hampton. And we have a list: Josiah Smith, Jermaine Montgomery, Jordan Wickham, Alzai Jones, the MVP. Let's hear what they had to say. J-GILLZ. Let's see what they have to say. DJ Sean Touch. Let's see what they have to say.
Yeah, for believing, like Coach said yesterday, we got the city on our back, but the city also got us on their back. You see, everybody was out today just representing. I'm just truly thankful and grateful for them. It shows like where we come from and how many people came to support us. Because this is a one-time thing. Nobody's ever done this in our CSD history, and it just shows that like how important this moment is to everybody from our church. I think the moment was bigger for the people that wasn't able to do it. So just to see us do it and through their eyes, it was just an amazing sight to see. I feel unsurreal. I just want to give a shout out to God. Early morning, late nights paying off, all the hard work over the summer. And we got the best people in the state and the city, and it's bigger than us. It's for the 585. So it's unreal.
We have great coaching staff. Great coaching staff, man. That's really all it takes, man. Like I said, I forgot them, but it's perfect preparation prevents poor performance. You know, and it's really our coaches. They watch film and they tell us what to do so we can execute.
Man, I hadn't heard that one since college, man. Perfect, man. Matter of fact, the owner of the radio station, Lester Pace, I said, my bad, not since college, since the last time Lester Pace was in town, because he says that one all the time to us when we have our meetings with the owner of Blue Light Communications, the Beat 105, Mr. Lester Pace.
Preparation prevents poor performance.
Yes,
that's
sir.
That's a staple at Monroe. That's a staple that we use at Monroe.
You do?
And to that point, I want to say that, I mean, their commitment to that is I mean, outstanding. They won a state championship a week ago, and this past Thursday, they've already started to work towards next year's state championship run. I mean, so they were starting the offseason work again, not resting on laurels and saying, hey, we the champs, we could take time off. They are already back, putting in the work, getting ready. So you see the commitment from these young men, and to their point, winning the state championship didn't happen. It didn't start in August, didn't start in June, not even March or February. They started last December, and they're coming back this same year, putting in the same work and effort towards repeating next year. And I think that's a testament to the not only to the coaches, but the level of commitment these young men put forth. And you know, as many accolades as we know that we can say for Messiah Hampton. You know, this week he was named Gatorade and Max Prep's New York State Player of the Year. So again,
wow,
congratulations to M2, Mr. Messiah Hampton. You know, much success to you, man. This young man is I mean, and he's such a blessing. You know what I mean? He's humble. Didn't have to be there Thursday. Was there Thursday, not only putting in work, but giving words and encouraging the other young players coming up through the program. So again, kudos to him. I want to throw out there a shout out to Brighton High School. They were the runner up. They didn't win, but they will be returning a lot of players next year. And I think they'll make another state title run. So Zamar Tukes, man, had an outstanding game. They had an outstanding season. So again, congratulations to the Brighton Bruins on a job well done again. And next year, you know, let this fuel you.
Absolutely.
And I just want to take the time, real quick too, right, man. I know I don't want to take up too much time, but you heard, I believe it was Messiah who said that you know, it was a community effort.
Yes.
Shout out to the community who you know, really did their thing over the weekend. You know, people like the People's Choice Kitchen and El Latinos and Jamaican Spice, everything's good. Our Pizzeria, and so many others that really just was able to help them celebrate that great time afterwards as well.
Yeah.
You talking the business community? That's the business community you're naming. There's a lot of
Absolutely.
businesses.
I don't want
Wow.
to give them too much free press, but when you're pouring back into the youth, you got to give it back to them. So shout out to all of them.
They
Hook Fish Market, friend of the show.
Absolutely.
Sleepy Hollow, their fan base was amazing as well. They celebrated them. They were saying Sleepy Hollow, but the difference was you had a school backing. You know what I mean? The community was backing the city of Rochester. And again, shout out again, to these young men who took the M off one side of their helmet to put on for the city, and they put 585 on the other side of that helmet and carried the weight of their city to history. And they did it, and it takes some broad shoulders. It takes bold confidence, bold belief to say, because if we fall short of this goal, what people might say. But they took it on, and they carried it out, man. Again, 585, man. We represented for those boys, and they represented for us. It was a beautiful place to be last Saturday in the dome to celebrate that, be a part of that win with the Monroe Red Jackets.
Oh, definitely, and very well said, gentlemen, by both of you. This segment is brought to you by Experience Award-winning authentic Indian food in a warm, inviting atmosphere. Thali of India, the lunch buffet, voted Rochester's #1 lunch buffet from 11:30 to 2 p.m. and dinner served from 4:40 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. All at 3259 South Winton Road in the Windjuff Plaza. Oh, those meatballs and fish and chicken, the whole nine. Man, the buffet is just off the chain over there. Oh man, I bet in the fish as well. Oh, you can't beat it. You can see why they voted the #1 lunch buffet in Rochester, New York. And also another restaurant that's a supporter of the show, Jamaican Soul Restaurant, 211 Genesee Street, featuring soul food Sundays, open noon to 9 p.m. on Sunday and 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. Soul Food Sunday, looking for some good soul food, some of the best soul food in town. Check them out on Sunday. And then, hey, give a try over to experiencing the award-winning authentic Indian food and warm, inviting atmosphere over there. So, Thali of India, Jamaican Soul, give you some nice options here in the Rochester. Who said there wasn't good food in Rochester? I found it. Hey, there's some definitely. I found it. I keep finding it. And I want to thank those two sponsors of the show. Yes, indeed. And we're going to talk NFL action now, gentlemen. Buffalo Bills coming up with a big game in New England. But let's talk about this 44-year-old quarterback. What's the Indianapolis Colts bringing out a 44-year-old guy to come in and help save the day for the Indianapolis Colts as they travel to Seattle tomorrow afternoon, J-GILLZ? What's going on with that?
Man, Phillip Rivers, you talking about the man with the 10 kids. You talking about the granddad that ain't played the NFL in 5 years? Phillip Rivers, he coming to Indianapolis to try and win them. Come on, man. I couldn't believe when I heard that. I just don't understand it. Phillip Rivers, obviously he's going to be, well, not obviously, but in my recommendation, I think he'll be in the Hall of Fame for sure. He ended this season ended his career with the Colts playing well. I believe the last time they went to the playoffs, Indianapolis, it was led by Phillip Rivers, but that was 5 years ago. So I just look at the options that they have right now. Although they were slim, I just didn't think it was going to be this bad. I would have got Teddy Bridgewater or something out of retirement or something. He's out there coaching. I just don't think the 44-year-old grandfather is going to have enough to get it done, in my opinion.
Teddy Bridgewater is backing up in Tampa Bay. He's with the Bucks. He is signed with
Somebody
the
done
NFL
scooped
team.
them up.
Right, try to scoop him up. And the Anthony Richardson, man, the guy, man, I didn't know he had his face broken. I didn't even know he had an orbital injury. That must have happened a while ago. So he's unable to play. This would have been perfect for Anthony Richardson to bounce back and right, Bilal, to show his wares.
I was hurt because he caught that orbital fracture earlier in this season. And again, I did think this would have been a perfect opportunity for him to step in. Phillip Rivers is a stopgap kind of situation, which is why I think they brought him in. I am hoping the game plan is a lot heavy handoff. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. As much as I know Phillip Rivers is very familiar with this offense, but I don't care how much coaching you've been doing. 44, and you talking about going against guys who are the elite of the elite, and you're 5 years removed. We think about it. Aaron Rodgers hasn't had any time off, save the Achilles injury a couple of years ago, and he got destroyed last week. I mean, nose all bloody and everything coming out. You know what I mean? Coming out of the game. Mm-hmm. Phillip Rivers is being put in a very, very risky situation playing against a defense as good as Seattle's. In Seattle, where you can't hear anything as it is, with that 12th man, I hope they'll get. Like I said, I hope the game plan is handing the ball off and trying to work something off of the play action, because I don't know how many too many. He won't be able to take too many of those hits.
No, and then you got Jalen Hurts having a little trouble there in Philly. You got Jalen Hurts, you got Shedeur, and you have Phillip Rivers. Which quarterback would you take if you had to take one of them right now for one game? Which one would it be?
In this order, I'm taking. I got to take Hurts, because he, as much as we could say about the 4-game skid they're on, Philly's on right now. Mm-hmm. We've seen Jalen Hurts perform at very high levels in the highest of stakes games. There are 2 Super Bowls. In the first Super Bowl, he outperformed Patrick Mahomes, and while they didn't win, it can't be argued. You know what I mean, that he outperformed Patrick Mahomes. And in the second Super Bowl, he was the MVP. So we know how well he's capable of performing at a high level in those games. That said, I think they got to get some things solidified in Philly. The O-line issues, the offense. Again, what we don't talk about is he's on his 4th or 5th offensive coordinator since coming into the league. You know what I mean? They don't want to talk about that a lot, but that needs to be said. O-line issues, the running game's not giving them what it gave them last year, and I don't think that's just a Saquon issue. I think that's the offensive kind of coordination, not being very creative, no motions. You know what I mean? Combined with O-line issues, you're going to have those issues. And then I'd say Shedeur. The touch he put on the football last week was outstanding. Some of those throws, the throws to Njoku, I mean, he looked the guy off, the safety off on one of those throws and hit Jerry Jeudy. He played outstanding, absolutely outstanding.
Absolutely, J-GILLZ, your comment. What order would you have?
Man, that's just a disrespectful question. How are you going to put the Super Bowl MVP, the vendor that led his team to the Super Bowl 2 times? I mean, destroyed the Chiefs in the Super Bowl with 44-year-old granddad, Phillip Rivers, and rookie. Come on, man, rookie, Shedeur Sanders. I can't even answer that question, man. Come on, man.
I agree with you. That's a popular question out there online, so just wanted to bring it up. I'm with you, both of you guys. Jalen Hurts is the guy. You guys stick with Jalen Hurts. He's been there, done that. Shedeur is up and coming. And Shane Steichen, the coach of the Indianapolis Colts, was the offensive coordinator with Philly, and Philly hasn't looked the same since he left. So those coordinators make a big difference. Ask Detroit. Ben Johnson. Man, Chicago looked like right. They won the Super Bowl. They won Super Bowl.
To Belove's point, to me, it's the offensive line. When you lose Lane Johnson, and then they had Mekhi Becton, that right guard last year. I mean, that's a massive offensive line. So I think that just with the injuries and the losses and free agency to that offensive line, that mixed in with the bad play calling, then this is what you get. But Radman, I think we got to win some folks some money, man. I think we got to win. You've been on a roll.
I've been rolling. I've been winning. I hope you listened to me last week. We had some good wins with the overs. Guess what? We're going to take some overs this week. Dallas, Minnesota, take the over in that. That's an indoor game. McCarthy's starting to get loose, starting to get comfortable a little bit. He's a rookie too, basically. He's in the second season, really, but first season of playing consistently. Dallas, Dak Prescott is playing his best football I've seen him play in years. I think this might be his best year. He's really looking good out there. Take the over, Minnesota, Dallas as well. Take the over, Detroit and the Rams. Detroit losing their offense and defense coordinator. Once again, their defense is having trouble on the back end with the secondary. Look for Matthew Stafford to light them up tomorrow. But I think Detroit will put some points on the board as well. Take the over in Detroit. Rams, Baltimore and Cincinnati, you saw it for yourselves in Buffalo last week in a snowstorm. They gave up 39 points. I mean, good, great. I mean, it turned out it was so damn cold out there. I couldn't believe they were going up and down the field on a frozen field, man. And they were just going up and down. Cincinnati. Will you put a spy on Lamar Jackson? Don't let Lamar Jackson run like I couldn't believe they let Josh Allen run like that. Just run wide open down the field. Yeah, Cincinnati, Baltimore, take the over in that one. And I like Buffalo. I think Buffalo -2. I think Buffalo take that as well. And I hear the music coming in. A lot of good games. Go to the website, realdealsports.com, to see all of my picks. Hope you can win some money with some of my picks this week, because Kimmy does it best. She does our website design. Check out Kimmy Does It Best with custom website design and ongoing maintenance. Kimmy can help your business online grow. Visit KimmyDoesItBest.com. KimmyDoesItBest.com. Check it out. If you want to see proof in the pudding, check out RealDealSportsShow.com. Check our website out. Look how fabulous it looks. Check out the Winner's Edge for you people want to win some money. And last but not least, a shout out to Wyona Hudson. Her father, Woody Hudson, was on the show a while back. She's the Florida State young lady that scored the winning goal back on Monday night for Florida State to win the national championship. National championship winner. And she also they won that game over Stanford 1-0. And guess what? She scored the winning goal in the semifinal game against TCU. So Wyona Hudson, I'm sure we're going to see her on the professional stage coming up pretty soon. She was all Greater Rochester for several years, and we hope to have her on the show real soon. Congratulations, another Rochester native doing well on the big stage. DJ Sean Touch, welcome. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Good commentary today, man. You guys is rocking out as usual.
Much love, Sean Touch.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. And remember, like and subscribe to the show on YouTube. Like, subscribe to the show. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, the whole 9 yards. And we look forward to seeing you next week, everybody. I want to thank Bilal, J-GILLZ, and all our guests, Coach Moody, DJ, Daquan. Man, keep up the great work. We're so proud of you at SUNY Brockport making things happen, and here in the community as well. December 22nd, check out his event. And thank you. And remember to be a good sport. Take care, DJ Sean Touch.
All right. BacSpin coming up next. Back in Time Mix Show.